Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodi. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Donny Cates' run on Venom. We're going to cover issues 7 through 12. And boy, this was a really good series. He builds up the Venom mythos, Eddie Brock's mythos. He adds a lot to the characters, a lot of meat to the bone. So if you haven't read it, it's really worth it. And also the art, Iban Coello, he it's just perfect what he does with Venom. Like he really understands how to represent this character. So in the previous story that we're going to cover in another video, the connection between Venom, the Venom symbiote, and Eddie Brock sort of broken. The communication between both of them, sort of the symbiote sort of is brain dead, but it's still on him. It protects Eddie Brock. Sort of goes on autopilot, but Eddie's been captured, and he's captured by a really fascinating character. He's the Maker. He's actually the ultimate version of Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe. So after the Secret Wars, he ends up in the main Marvel Universe and about doing evil stuff. It's sort of cool, and there's one moment in the story where obviously Eddie's going to break out, so on and so forth. And Reed goes, oh, well, that little project's over. And he has 6 other things, evil things that he's working on. So he's interested in the symbiote. He wants to study it. He wants to see how he can use it and take advantage. We get a retelling that prior to when they captured him in the first place, he was able to, the symbiote, even though it was brain dead, saves Eddie Brock, makes a run for it. He ends up going to his house in San Francisco, knocking on his on the door of his father's house. And I knew nothing about Eddie Brock's backstory. So here, at least I discovered that he has a very bad relationship with his father. He freaking hates him. And we get sort of the revelation, the whole Reed Richards monologue that he's up to no good and evil stuff. He's going to do super evil stuff with the symbiote and so on and so forth. Eddie obviously is able to escape. He goes to San Francisco. He wants to discover why he went to visit his father in the first place. Also, part of here we get the first mentions of codexes that remnants of the symbiote stay within the host body, even though the symbiote's left. And this is going to be really important for the Absolute Carnage crossover, because Carnage needs the codices to be able to call out to Null. There's actually, spoilers, a reference to the end of all of Donny Cates' story with Venom and the King in Black, because here he's actually looking at this is a reference to Captain Universe that's going to be super important at the end of that story. So here we get the hint of the reawakening of Carnage too. But the interesting thing is Eddie goes to San Francisco. He needs answers, and we discover, well, probably this is established previously, that back when he was a kid, Eddie Brock ran over he was a teen. He ran over a kid. He was drunk driving, kills the kid. His dad hates his guts because of that, because his dad was like this upstanding person within the community. This just pretty much ruins them. Eddie discovers that he has a brother. Spoilers, we discover the kid is not his brother, but actually his son. That Eddie Brock's, I'm not sure. Again, I don't know a lot about Venom. I never gave too much attention to this character up until this moment. His ex-wife or girlfriend that was pregnant has the baby, takes the baby to Eddie's dad. He doesn't want Eddie to find out. His name is Dylan. So we get into the whole discovery, Eddie dealing with his dad that he hates him, discovering that he has his brother, but he's actually not his brother. It's his son. And later on, the Maker pops up again, recaptures Venom. But what we discover is, and this is so cool, that Eddie Brock never had cancer. That the symbiote actually tricked Eddie into thinking that he was dying and that he couldn't live without the symbiote. And the symbiote had manipulated Eddie this whole time, up until the point that the symbiote actually planted memories within Eddie's mind, that he had a sister that died of cancer, that he had an uncle, that there's a whole history with cancer. And it's so good because the symbiote sort of was afraid that Eddie would leave him and abandon him. Of human relationships that are very messed up and very much like this. So I thought it was just really good. So I've been all over the place. If you haven't read Donny Cates' run and how this fantastic architecture that he just adds to Venom's mythos. It's really worth reading. I really recommend it. The payoff is fantastic. So I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.